Alrighty, welcome back everybody to the fourth week of our summer Tech Bytes programs here at the Schaumburg Township Library, where we are tackling more technological skills, learning, expanding our toolset. This week we are going to make our way towards the fourth week of our MIT App Inventor program, where we are learning the app development process and how to actually make some different types of applications. The summer's focus has been involving other programming languages. Earlier this year in the spring, we talked about Python, did a bunch of cool stuff with that. And this summer, we've been transitioning to JavaScript. And every Tuesday, we have been tackling and learning how to expand our computer science skills towards a new topic of app development. So, as always, thank you for coming out here today. Great to see that we got some returning faces every on week. Keep on spreading the word. And without any further ado, let's get started. All of you guys are well aware of who we are by now. My name is Rasiki, guys, an incoming freshman at the University of Illinois at Chicago. About a month ago, graduated from James B. Conant High School. This upcoming fall, will be majoring in computer science. Yep, Chase, this should be pretty usual. If we still got to explain who we are, we're doing something wrong.
And my name is Labdi, and just like Rayon, we just graduated. Not just graduated, and I'll be going to UIUC. But all right, Chase, you need a slide, definitely. We'll make a slide of everyone of you, and we can just have a cool introductions slide and then move on. Oh man, okay. So yeah, one statement that I'd like to make on my slide is mint chocolate chip ice cream is a no-go.
Oh my gosh, we're still talking about this. Wow. Wow. You guys, I think you guys got experience on a hot summer day. The mint chip, the crunch. It's so much. It's so nice. And that applies to everything. I think we can all say it, right, Chase? Mint chocolate chip ice cream, mint gum, mint flavored, mint some. Yeah.
Mint gum is good, but adding ice cream and mint together and then chocolate together is not.
Wow. I know. I might have tried that caramel chocolate brownie or that caramel chocolate flavor. That sounds
crunch. Yeah.
Anything I wouldn't eat peanut butter, even if my life depended on it, as an exception. But on bread, okay. Well, you don't have like the chips and toothpaste. I don't know where this is coming from. You gotta be honest, trying some mint chocolate chip on toothpaste. That sounds interesting, but exactly, Avanish. Thank you. It doesn't taste like toothpaste. Well, ice cream isn't the debate for today, but we'll get to that real quick. 2 bonus, yeah, mint chip tastes good and refreshes your breath. Exactly, Avanish. There we go. Alrighty, well, let's move on to today's agenda. We're going to start off with a debate for the day. Sadly, it's not going to be about ice cream because we all have settled the debate. That
okay, it was it. No one said it was
Sure. Recapping our schedule, which we're going to be shifting for this upcoming month of July. We covered it yesterday. Just reminding everybody, we'll be posting it to the Google Classroom as well. Then talking about our future projects that you want to create. An MIT App Inventor, talking about the app development process and what we'll be focusing on for today. And then moving on towards our potential project for the upcoming weeks. So first thing first, you guys know how we got to get started off with our debate for the day.
All right, so today's topic of discussion is, if you could shop for free at one store only, which one would you choose? And of course, you got to explain why.
Nintendo. that explains itself.
How many DSs would you buy?
2 or 3.
When you say Best Buy, definitely.
Totally. We don't got any food stores, restaurants?
Taco Bell.
All right, let's take Taco Bell. Stacking up on those burritos.
Personally, I would want to shop for free at a jewelry store.
Really?
I mean, jewelry store meaning like the gold, diamond.
Yeah, like
silver. Yeah.
A or Ziegler's. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Get an unlimited stack of diamonds, sell them off.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know if it's right, but maybe Amazon. It has everything. Best Buy is technology restricted, but Amazon, literally everything. So, never. Like, there'd be something to order every time. How many likes of blueberry muffins? All right. Anybody else? We got some restaurants. We got some stores.
Bankrupt Bezos. Why does everyone hate Bezos, though? I don't understand.
I think it might be something to do with the amount of success he's reaped. I mean, he had a similar story. He didn't start. I know his background. Topic for another day. Okay.
Okay.
Anybody else want to share? Krishna, Tin, Yadu, where'd you guys go? Krishna.
Amazon. Oh, Pokemon Station in Japan.
Wow, okay. Very specific.
Yeah. At least someone isn't greedy like us.
Tin's gonna say local, help out the economy. I like it. I want to go to more foodie and techie shop.
Nobody wants to donate anything.
Get it? Tech Bytes, foodie and techie shop.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Amazon has like a food delivery service, Avanish, so honestly the way to go. Coding music and some muffins, yes.
No such words have been said, truer Avanish.
All right, well, till that day comes, unless you guys are gonna have Mr. Beast show up to the store while you're shopping there and he gives you like $50,000 to shop, we have to wait till we get that shopping spree. Alrighty, well, let's move on towards, guys, the upcoming month of July. It's crazy to think, but June is almost over. College is coming up in a month and a half, as the summer's been going by fast. So, yesterday we covered some changes coming up with our schedule in July. Like we said, the last 2 weeks, starting the 18th and the weeks of the 25th, the ones I'm hovering over, including, I'll just draw over it actually. So the gaming hour we have on the 15th, and then these final 2 weeks, this compartment of classes is moving towards the first 2 weeks of August. So the gaming hour on Thursday, the 15th, that's not going to be happening, along with our 3 classes which we have every week, the Web Development Bell Day, MIT App Inventor, and Web Project Development. Those 3 for these 2 weeks will be shifting towards the first 2 weeks of August. And then we'll be wrapping up the Summer Technology Tech Bytes programs in the second week of August as well. So take these last 2 weeks off. Just know that we'll be finishing off these final 2 weeks. I will not be here these 2 weeks. Labdi will be covering, and you'll be getting to go through the programs with Labdi. I'll be going on towards the end of this week. And yeah, so just make sure we'll post a reminder to Google Classroom. You guys should have received an email from the Schaumburg Library already. But just remember, don't show up towards the Zoom link because we'll not be opening it. So these final 2 weeks, 18th and 25th, going to August.
Yep. And all right, so before we do move on with some MIT App Inventor stuff, this is just a reminder for those of you who haven't downloaded the app that allows you to run whatever program you have made in our platform. Make sure you do so, because this is a really cool experience to be able to run your code on a physical device, your phone, iPad, whatever mobile device you have. So the name of the app is MIT AI2 Companion App, and it's on the App Store and on the Google Play Store. So you'll find it in both stores. It's for free, and it's pretty easy to navigate. And once we do make our app for today, we will go ahead and run our app using this other app. Kind of sounds confusing, but it's a simple process using several different technologies, which makes it fun.
Yep, so I think all of us here have already, but if you guys haven't, just search it up on the App Store. Let us know if you're having any problems. I think we should be good. Alrighty, so last week we started to talk about this idea of the app development process. We outlined some of the steps. We got 7 steps right here involving brainstorming, going back to visualizing, brainstorming some more. Then we're going to code our idea, debug. We've seen it all go down, right? We've talked about how we can whiteboard our ideas, have a sort of a visualization, a prototype of what we want to create. And then we're able to add some code, then fix the code, add some code, fix the code, eventually till we reach our final product. Now, over the past couple of weeks, the past 3 weeks, we've been getting ourselves familiarized with the MIT App Inventor platform. We've learned how to place user elements, whether it be buttons, text fields, images, like we did last week, right? We've seen how we can connect those user elements to code as well. Now, this week, we're going to start to get a bit more formalized in the terms of what direction we want to go in. And depending on what direction we're going to go in, we're going to be utilizing the first 3 steps of the app development process, that involving the brainstorming aspect, visualizing what we want to create, and then brainstorming some more, filling in the loose ends of our idea. So where is the idea going to come into play? Let's see.
All right, so the 2 ways that we can continue from now on, actually before we do talk about them, what we've been doing right now for the past 3-4 weeks is basically getting a topic. For example, first week we had a button click and changing text. The second week we had changing images based on button click. So we added another component, images. We learned about it and we applied it in a separate application. Third week, today we have a really cool focus that I'll just tell it to you guys. We're going to make a text auto responder. Pretty cool topic, but it's going to be today's project. We're going to start and finish it today. So the 2 ways that we can continue from today on, because we have familiarized ourselves with the platform MIT App Inventor, is the first way is to start a bigger project like what we do in web project development day. Work on a bigger project on a larger scale and add steps to it every time we meet. Now, some examples of projects that we can make is Pong, the game. It's a pretty simple game to play, but coding it requires many different skills and components to add. Second is a stock market. Now, this stock market basically will tell you a stock price of a company in real time. So that's really cool, but it's not possible to make in a single day. So that will require multiple days. So that's why it's a big project. And then finally, a logo. It's like more of a turtle. You have an animation that's walking around and you can draw with it. That's also a big project. The second option that we have is continue what we are doing. So each week, each day, we start a project, explore a new thing, a new component, a new function, or some new media, and test it out using on a single application. Now that application won't be independent, so it won't be a cool looking application because it would only have one feature, but you will be able to apply various features from the MIT App Inventor platform into like 3 or 4 different apps. Now, the question is on us. Which way do we want to go? So the first one, to make a big project, these 3 are just examples. We can brainstorm later on if we do choose to go this route. But first, we have to decide whether we are interested in making a larger project with multiple components, more independent, or make several smaller projects, each going through like various different like cool aspects of the platform. Let's take a vote. You can type it in the chat, big project or small project.
And there's also a poll on the Google Classroom. If you guys want to go there, we can get a quick count.
That's, yeah, way better.
So at this point, I believe all of us here are already signed up on the Google Classroom. So if you guys want to head on over to googleclassroom.com, go towards our Tech Bytes page. There should be a question where you guys can respond to which direction do we want to go in.
And if you guys have any questions, you can definitely ask them. And once again, if we do go on the big project route, we will be following the app development process that Rayan just talked about. So brainstorming, visualizing, brainstorming more, coding, visualizing, all of that cool stuff.
Can you screen share the live results on like the form in Google Classroom?
Yeah. Rayan, you got it?
Yep.
Very cool. All right, we got more votes for large project. Sounds good. All right, we got 5 votes in from the 11 people who are here. 6 votes. Seven.
Like people are tending towards the big project idea, right?
Yep. All right. Well, according to majority wins, even if the last 2 voted for a smaller project, last one voted for a smaller project, it looks like one large project did win by 4 to 5 votes. So that's great news. If you have any suggestions, any ideas, or if you want to make something that you'd like on an app platform, you can comment. We'll make a post today and just comment under there if you have an idea. If not, Ryan and I will talk and probably pick something from these 3, or if there's another cool idea, we'll add that and we will share next time. So from now on, we will be working on a single project and we will hopefully finish before the summer ends. But before any further ado, let's go to today's project, mini project.
And the question, if you guys do have any ideas like before, is up on the Google Classroom. You guys did help dictate, we sort of crafted the idea for web product development for the adventure game we're making. So if you guys do have any ideas, drop tidbits and we'll eventually form it together to make one large idea. So
Yep.
Now let's move on towards today's focus, that being the app and getting more used to the MIT App Inventor platform, creating a text autoresponder, an app which will automatically respond to messages which we are able to input. That sounds very interesting. Without any further ado, I guess now let's move on to it.
Let's go. All right.
So as always, guys, the link will be in the chat if you guys want to hop on as well. Highly recommend that you guys are following along instead of just looking at our screens if you can.
Yep. And I'm gonna go at I'm gonna try to go at a medium pace so that we do finish the project today, mini project. But let me know if you want me to pause in the middle so that you can catch up on either the design or the code. And then, as always, the code and the design will be posted in Google Classroom after the session ends. All right, so making the message autoresponder sounds like a very complicated idea, but it's actually pretty simple. And to do that, we will first start with, of course, the user interface, so the design. This kind of goes back to our 3-step process: first design, and then code, and then finally you run the app. So in design, we go to social. Social means it has contact picker, email picker, phone call, sharing, texting, Twitter. And we're gonna drag and drop texting in the middle of the screen. When you do drag and drop the texting in the middle of the screen, you won't see anything on the screen because this component is kind of a hidden feature, not an actual thing you can touch or see on the screen. So it's under the non-visible components, I see texting 1. And before I do move on, I'm just going to change the name of the screen to message autoresponder. Now this is just a good habit to have, just to label everything nicely instead of just screen 1, screen 2. All right, so with that done, we're going to go to blocks. And is everyone following? We good?
I put message autoresponder, but it still says screen 1.
So are you talking about under components?
Yeah, like you just named it message autoresponder.
Yeah. So I named it over here in the title,
Yeah.
the title of the screen. And when I press enter, this should change.
Oh yeah, it popped up. I was talking about like on the components part, it still said screen 1.
That will probably stay there. That's not something we can change, or at least it's no use for us to change because all we want to change is on the design, the name on the design, not the actual name.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's go to blocks. And just like last time, for every component we add on the screen, we'll see that component under the screen one. So we see texting one over here, and we're gonna click on that. And we're gonna go ahead and take this first yellow block. When texting one dot message received, do something. I'm gonna drag and drop it to the middle of the screen. So basically what this says is when texting one, so that that component receives a message, do this. And as you can see, this is really simple code for us to write. Just drag and drop a whole conditional asking for when the phone receives a text message or when this app receives the text message. What we don't see actually is the lower level coding. So what happens like underground or underneath all of this like really simple block code. But that's actually part of the benefits of MIT App Inventor, because this way we can add or work more efficiently because we don't have to worry about what happens underneath. How do I get that message from my texting app to the app that I just coded? This is done for us so that we can code on top of that and make even cooler apps. All right, so we got our first block in. Next, we're going to click on that same texting one, and we're going to set texting one phone number to something. Now, I'm not going to add that something right now. I'm just going to add in the green blocks that I need. So first, I'm going to text the texting phone number to something. Second, I'm going to text the texting message to something. So what do I want to send to that phone number? And then third, I'm going to, let's see. Call texting one dot send message. So these three things kind of go together because first you have to set the phone number to which you want to send the message to. Next, you have to actually make the message whatever you want it to be, and then third, you actually have to send that message. So we're gonna get the phone number. Basically, we want to respond to that message. So the phone number that we get the message from will be the same phone number we kind of send the message. And that phone number will be received from these event parameters. That's what they're called because this yellow thing is actually an event. These are actually vocab words in app development and overall coding as well. When you're doing front-end coding, especially front-end meaning like the UI stuff, coding what the user sees. So the design. But yeah, so this is called an event, this whole yellow block. And these red or orange, orange blocks inside them are called event parameters. Basically variables that get passed through the event. So something that would get passed through the message that I do receive, the event, is the phone number of the sender and the actual message text. So, holy, what? Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I was like, are you drawing in my MIT App Inventor? But yeah, that's great.
So, like Claudia was talking about, guys, remember we covered these a lot in our spring program especially because we haven't gotten that deep with JavaScript, but parameters, remember? So think of this as just being like the function. So say we made a function in Python, right? We had receive message, right? In the parentheses, we would have two parameters called number and then message text. So it's just the exact same thing. The concept is still the same. And notice how Lobby is then able to use the number parameter, the number variable, and the message text variable inside of our function. So same idea. It's nice to see that block code is actually really related to typing out code in the sense that we're receiving parameters and then we can use them in our function. So another cool thing to realize.
Yep. So basically, guys, this is all Python. But it's all an illusion. No, I'm just kidding. Basically every, just like Ryan said, every coding language works similarly with small differences. But yeah, let's get back to finishing up this code. So first we set the phone number to the same number that we got the message from. Next, we're going to set the texting message, so what message we want to respond with, to that number. And that, it's just going to be a bunch of, a string actually, and I'm going to get that in text, pink blocks, and the first pink block that you see. So it's just a blank with quotation marks around it, simple. And inside that, I'm gonna say, please do not disturb. I am coding. All right, that sounds about right. And that should be it. Again, as I told you, this is really simple because it requires literally 4 blocks of code, but it is essential to understand what these 4 blocks do and the logic behind that. So I'm going to run this and see if this works. And then afterwards, we're going to go ahead and go through the whole process once more so that we are ready and we can apply the skills that we have learned today and the past couple of weeks, and then start our project next week. All right. Is there anyone that we should wait for before we do run? Yes, no? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and run on my phone. I see my phone, and let's go. Connect AI Companion, and I'm going to scan the QR code. Let's see if this works. It should. That's what every programmer says. It should work. All right, so.
But then it doesn't.
Yeah. So I have my app open, but of course, since we didn't add anything on the screen, I don't see anything. But I'm going to ask Rayan to send me a message now. Text me something.
So here we go.
Actually, nothing will come on my phone. Let me open. Actually, I'll just keep this open, and then Rayan will tell us whether he got a reply or not. Sorry for putting you on the spot, right?
It says, sorry, your phone system does not support this option or something. Because I'm doing this on iPad, and it says that.
Maybe because you don't have texting on your iPad, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I got a message, hello, from Rayan. Now the question is,
wait, how did you get it from Rayan?
because we have we have each other's contacts saved
Oh, okay.
for texting, basic SMS texting. So he said hello. Did you get a reply, Rayan?
Not yet.
All right. Let's see.
Should I method again?
Yeah. Well, that isn't good. When texting one dot message received, do this. Set texting one dot phone number to get number, and then call texting one dot send message.
Make sure not to leave this on all the time. Because otherwise
Yeah.
people will be like, how is she still coding?
All right, so I'm gonna switch the send message to send message direct, and let's see if that works. All right, connect.
Okay, the code looks right. Yeah.
And then Ryan, can you send me one more message? All right. Okay, now one last try I can make is just using Google Voice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So Google Voice is a way that you can use your phone number to, you can use your phone number to,
Do you want to try? I don't know. Shifting up the order. Put the dot message line first, and then the phone number second.
it shouldn't make a difference. And
Dot send message. You were trying that originally, right? The dot send.
yeah. All right, and I have it open. All right, and then one last thing that I will try. Oh man, this is like a nightmare trying to present code and it not working. But
Okay, I'm reading online that it might be to do something with like some protocol, some SMS protocol, which disallows for the message to be sent. What do you have T-Mobile or Verizon lobby? What do you have?
I have T-Mobile.
Okay, yeah. People are saying with T-Mobile, there's like an NTWD service which blocks third-party apps from sending the message. Some setting you gotta approve.
All right, probably that's why.
Makes sense if we're making a local app which is trying to access.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, yeah, probably that's why. But if you guys don't have T-Mobile, anyone actually trying this?
First of all, mine's not working because I'm iPad, because I'm just gonna watch your guys' results.
Okay, cool. Paritosh, are you trying?
So if you guys do have a SIM or like a phone number associated with your phone, you guys do need that to make it work.
Anyway.
My number?
Anyway.
Wait, a real number. An
Yeah,
iPhone
a real
number?
number.
iPhone?
Basically, yeah, a real number. Any number that you make calls, text.
You're gonna record. You're recording this, and are you gonna like send it to anyone?
Oh no, we don't need your number. We just want to know if anyone has been like coding with us, and if it's working with you for you. Because the reason why it's not working, Rayan just said, for me is because my service is T-Mobile, and T-Mobile has this protocol where they block like third-party applications from sending messages on my behalf.
Okay.
So
I'm going to
yeah,
send the link to the YouTube playlist for Bytes. It is going up now.
All right. So instead of sending a message, let's since this did not work out as I imagined, let's try one more thing. Let's see. All right. Actually, let's end here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time I'll take a look at if I can change this any properties on my like SMS system, and I'll show you guys a working version next time, just so we all know that it works, just not right now because of the protocol. But everyone got whoever was got the code down.
Alrighty, so yeah, we'll be sure to I don't know, take a look next week. It might be something to do with the protocols going through because we're making a local app and trying to send a message. So some security
Yeah.
reasons might be disallowing, but rest assured it does work usually, guys. So that will be bringing us towards the end for this week's MIT App Inventor. Guys, as a reminder, be sure to go in the Google Classroom and respond to the polls and questions we got set up so we have a direction for the upcoming weeks and the summer as to what type of project we will be creating. Hopefully you guys had a great time. Remember, tomorrow we got web product development, continuing to work on our text-based adventure game. Other than that, guys, take care. Catch you guys on the next one. Yes.
All right, bye.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
class.
Bye.